the latest regulations according to the SARS-CoV-2 Containment Ordinance, valid from July 28 to August 25, 2021. Dear people of Hamburg, during the past few weeks, many restrictions have been loosened and many activities are possible again. However, many people in Hamburg have not yet been vaccinated, and the number of infections in Hamburg is significantly increasing again. Therefore, it's still very important to adhere to the rules in force, otherwise stricter regulations may apply. The incidence rate is still not stable, but since there are stricter rules in Hamburg compared to other federal states, there are no further regulations for now. If you would like to be vaccinated, please contact your doctor or use one of the available vaccination offers. Until August 10th, everyone can be vaccinated in exhibition halls without an appointment. This is only for the first vaccination. There are also other vaccination offers or facilities in other parts of the city. You can find an overview of these and other vaccination sites at www.hamburg.de/corona-impfung/157872/Impfstellen/. In schools in Hamburg, a vaccination is also offered when students return from vacation. Rules for open-air gatherings. They must be reported to the Assembly Authority 48 hours in advance of the announcement. Urgent open-air gatherings must be registered within 24 hours prior to the event by the Assembly Authority. During a meeting, the hygiene requirements, such as 1.5 meters distance, wear of medical mask, must be kept. A hygiene protection concept must be presented when there are more than 500 participants. If there are fewer than 500 participants, the meeting can be held, but if authority finds it necessary, one must also present a hygiene protection concept. For indoor meetings, the following applies. More than 300 participants are generally not allowed. For exemptions, an application must be submitted to the competent authority. The general hygiene requirements must be observed and a medical mask must be worn. The competent authority or the local police can prohibit or dissolve a meeting if participants do not adhere to the guidelines. This serves to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Information stands. The general hygiene requirements must be respected also at information stands of political parties, non-profit associations, and non-profit associations on public roads. A protection concept must be drawn up. Leisure time. In the case of group offers, the group may only be so large that the distance rules of 1.5 meters can be adhered to. Sports. For indoor sporting events, a higher number of spectators are allowed. An application must be submitted to the authority responsible for the sport. A certain ventilation system that reduces the risk of infection is required. Recommendations of the Federal Environment Agency apply. After an approval, the given regulations still apply for the number of people taking part, the distance requirement, the entrance and exit regulations to the building, and others. The organizers must refuse entrance for people who are recognizably drunk. The hygiene regulations must be respected. Entry regulations remain important. Anyone who enters Germany from abroad and has stayed in a risk area in the last 10 days must observe the following. When entering from a virus variant area, you must register immediately and go into quarantine directly for 10 days in the high-risk area to 14 days in the virus variant area. The quarantine only ends after a negative coronavirus test certificate is presented, or with the proof of recovery or vaccination. You can check on the website of the Federal Foreign Office which countries are currently considered as risk areas or virus variant areas. When entering school premises and residential and care facilities, the following is important. Visitors, as well as those working in the facility, must do a rapid test carried out by the facility or present a current negative corona test result. Before a visit, children under the age of 12, accompanied by an adult, must not have any typical symptoms, must show a negative corona test result, and not be a contact person of an infected person. Keeping a minimum distance of 1.5 meters to the residents is required. Visitors accompanying the dying do not have to show negative tests. You must wear a medical mask. Your contact details are recorded and saved. During the entire visit, a minimum distance of 1.5 meters must be kept between visitors and persons in need of care. The only exception is if both have been vaccinated twice or once with Johnson & Johnson against corona or are recovered. You must provide the documents. Then there is also no medical mask necessary and the minimum distance must not be kept. A medical mask must be worn in daycare facilities. This is not necessary if all people staying together are already completely vaccinated against corona or have already had corona. The contact details and the period of attendance must be recorded. If visitors return from a risk area, they are not allowed to enter the facility for 10 days after entry. When entering from a virus variant area, they are not allowed to enter the facility for 14 days. The entry ban ends only after a negative corona test certificate is presented. On the website of the Federal Foreign Office, you can check which countries are currently listed as risk areas or virus variant areas. We all need perseverance and continue to take care of ourselves and the people around us. Stay healthy.